Hello, my name is Nirav Patel and I am the data analyst of this project. Throughout my project, I was responsible to see the data that has been collected from the multiple sources and analyzed it in such a way that it's easier for the other users to interpret the data and use it in a decision making. My role also involved to interpret the data patterns and trends. So that's what all about my role. Now moving forward for the sprint one, and in the sprint one, I can say that I was responsible for main three tasks for these. For example, for collection of the data sets, data analysis, and data cleansing. And if I talk about total working hours, then I was um, worked for 216 hours for the sprint one specifically. For sprint 2, so if I talk about sprint 2 separately, then I was responsible to find the relevant data from the relevant and reliable sources that shows the otherwise expensive rented states. I also had to find the cost by week, by month, by quarter of real estate properties. And if I talk about my working hours, then I worked for 144 hours for this sprint 2 specifically. Now moving forward for this sprint 3. During Sprint 3, I was responsible for finding the data regarding all the impact of activities on private sales and rent. I was responsible to make graphs using Power BI desktop tools for all the regions. And apart from that, I helped in final compilation of the document as well as fixing all the bugs and errors for this final submission. If we talk about my total working hours for this sprint 3, then I can say that I worked for 504 hours. It's a bit larger than sprint 1 and sprint 2. So that's what all about my sprint 3. Now, moving to the largest contributions from my side. So I can say that I have applied all the appropriate tools and techniques to collect and analyze data. I have also applied some rules and laws of statistics to analyze data and applied critical identification skills to identify the exact data which was required for this project. Now, if I talk about my analytical and statistical skills differently, then firstly, I would like to talk about analytical skills, which help me a lot for demonstrate deconstruct information into smaller categories in order to draw conclusions. And for statistical skills, I can say that it helped me a lot in collect, organized, analyze, and interpret all the numerical of data. So that's what all about my analytical and statistical skills precisely, and that's what all about my contributions from my side. Now moving forward for this evidence. So these all are the evidence which are taken from this Power BI. I took the snapshot from the Power BI, and as we can see on the screen, that the left hand side on the um, uh, left hand side we can see the private rent and sales summary in I say like in the pie chart depicts some information about rent by different price range. The highest data has been shown in the green color, which is 25.28 percentage, and the lowest one has been secured by the orange one, which is 5.43 percentage. If you closely examine this table below this pie chart, then you can have an idea about the properties for rent by the price range from 200 to 500 Australian dollar per week for the state government regions like Eastern Adelaide to far north to Metro Adelaide, Murray, and Northern Adelaide, South Australia, and Southern Adelaide, etc., etc. So if you closely examining these numbers, then you can have an idea about like East, for example, Eastern Adelaide do have 23 numbers of houses and flats for 350 Australian dollar per week. And if we talk about the um, Western Adelaide, then I can say that 19 number of houses for 200 and these the rent of there is like 250 Australian dollars. So these all are these numbers that we can uh, allocate with this assign with the how much the rent for these particular properties across the Adelaide. Now, moving forward, if we talk about this bar graph, then the bar graph on the screen depicts an information about the comparison by average rent and room type. So firstly, I would like to address one bedroom flats and one bedroom houses. So By closely examining these, I can say that the red one is representing flats and the blue one representing the houses. So for one bedroom houses, we are comparing the price between 0 to 5k Australian dollar. So I'm trying to cover all these suburbs from Adelaide to Eastern Adelaide to Barossa to Far North to Limestone Coast. So firstly, I would like to address for Eastern Adelaide. So for Eastern Adelaide, one bedroom flats are more expensive than one bedroom houses. If I will talk about Barossa, then Barossa has the same price for both, approximately same for both. Like one bedroom flats are similar price with one bedroom houses. For far north, I can say that the flats one for one bedroom is more expensive than the uh, houses for one bedroom in far north. If I talk about the limestone coast, then I can say that the houses are more expensive in limestone coast compared to the flats. Now, moving forward, for the two bedrooms, if we can compare, then Eastern Adelaide has cheaper flats in two bedrooms for rather than having houses. For Adelaide Hills, it's the same. Like houses are more expensive. For Barossa, houses are more expensive compared to the flats. If we talk about the far north, then we can say the price range is the same, so it's a similar price. If we talk about like three bedroom flats and three bedroom houses comparison, then I can say that the Eastern Adelaide has the same, almost same price. Adelaide Hills has a higher range of houses in compared to the flats. Far North has the same. Limestone Coast has flats are more cheap, more expensive compared to the houses for the limestone coast. So that's all about the comparison and all the graphs and data facts and figures there which we got from Power BI tools. Uh, by closely examining this, we can understand it better way. So that's what we've got until now. So that's what all about my evidence. Now, my unique contributions. So generally, so far I have contributed by applying data analytical analysis skills in practical manner, and due to this project I also contributed my using tools that are appropriate to apply for analysis in this project. Being a part of this group member for this project, I also contributed by learned how to manage time in useful manner. I also learned how to cooperate fruitfully in group assignment. So by this I mean to say that we need to finish assignment and tasks by timely manner. We do have some deadlines, so we need to show to our clients and supervisor and discuss with the project guides and tutors, and changes we have to make changes appropriately and need to submit without any difficulty. So we need to overcome all these difficulties to submit all these tasked in day before the deadline. So we need to understand this in better way. And we are working on the group, so we need to cooperate with each other for all the group members, like project manager to all the group members. So that's what all about my unique contributions. Now the next slides is all about the things that could have been better. So the first and foremost is lesser time could have been spent on data gathering if more sources were available. So by this I mean to say that if we do have more sources, more resources, then more data sets. If we do have more data sets, then um, we don't have to spend too much time to collect all the information and data from the other websites and other stuffs, because we've got so many data sets, but it should be reliable. That's the condition for them. The second one is more meetings could be held with the clients to fulfill the requirements on time. So by this I mean to say that we need to make meetings with clients in order to understand the problems and difficult problems and situation in better way in order to smooth our project. For that we need to speak with we need to communicate with client in a very frequent manner and very frequent way, so that the collision of clients and project team members will not be there. So in order to mitigate all these things, we need to cope up and for cope up all these project things, we need to understand the problems better, and we need to talk with clients and communicate with client, understand the problem and things like that. So that's what uh, uh, this is what we help a lot by understanding the problem phenomena better for with the help of client. The third thing is more easily applicable data analysis tools could have been used. So by this, I mean to say that we need to use only those tools which is more applicable to all the sectors of IT. Like we are using, so we know so many business tools which can be used in this project or any project, but we only use those we only use those tools which are really in which we got expertise with, and which are really applicable with all these uh, like all these projects, and we can use in better ways. So that's all about the things that could have been done better. So that's what all about from my side. Thank you very much.